Hello guys, the next exercise we're going to try to sort the numbers. So let's get started. So we put the class name here, and the class name is going to be ex6. That's where we are, and we need a main method. It's our main method. And we need a scanner. Okay, organize imports. Then you have the import here. So another thing that we need to ask the user to enter the numbers. Okay. Can be 3 numbers, 4 numbers, it's up to you. So, and here I need to add the input. Int number 1, number 2, and int number 3. Okay, these are my numbers, and I need to receive all these numbers. Okay, so number 1 is equal to let's see, this something is missing here. Number 1 is equal to input scanner dot, it's an integer, so take this, pick this one, and you can just copy this and paste, because I need 2 numbers, so first number and the third number here. And then we need to check these numbers because we want to arrange them. If you put like 6, you start with 6, maybe 2, 3, then you should start 2, 3, 6, like that. So we try to sort them in a uniform, I mean in a correct form, you understand? So what we do, we need to check this by using if statement. If we check if number 1 is greater than number 2, if this number 1 that we receive from the keyboard is greater than number 2, what should we do? So we swap, but before we swap, we just have to make sure that we save this number temporarily, the number that we, if number 1 is greater than number 2, what we do, we take int, which, let's say I could just type even this thing, int here, tempora, or tempo, can be anything, temporary. So we take tempo, we assign it to number 1 if the condition is met, understand? So, and then just if number 1 is greater than number 2, we take tempo, we assign it to, I mean we take this temporary, or we take this number here, we assign to tempo, and then we take number 1, we assign it to number 2. Okay, actually that's wrong if I say it like that. So it's like you're saying if number 1 is greater than number 2, we take tempo variable, we assign this number 2. So by this time we have removed this number 1, we have given to tempo. So now we are taking this variable number 1, we are giving it number 2, right? Number 2. And then later on we take the tempo, we assign it back to number 2. It's kind of, we are trying to we use this tempo to swap this number. So we take this number 1 to tempo, as tempo, can you hold this number for me? And then later you take this number from number 2, you give number 1, and later on you take this number here, you assign to number 2. Okay, after you have given this number 2 to number 1, you take this number from number 1 from tempo, then you give it number 2. So it's very easy, but it's very tricky to understand. So that's one occasion. So we need to check again for number 2 and 3. So it's better I try, because otherwise we make a mistake. If number 2 is greater than number 3, so now you need to help me. What are we going to do here? If number 2 is greater than number 3, so first what we do, we take tempo, and then we assign tempo to which number? To number 2. And then we take number 2, we assign to number 3. And then after this we take number 3, we assign it to tempo, just like that. Okay, we go again for the last, we test again number 1 and number 2. Actually, how did I do here? Yeah, this number 2. Now we start with, we check again number 1 and number 2. So if number 1 is greater than number 2, what do we want to do this time? We take tempo is equal to number 1, and then we take number 1 is equal to number 2, and then number 2 is equal to tempo. Okay, and then we print, let's say system.out.print line, print line, and we say the sorted numbers are concatenate plus sign with number 1 plus space, just space, then plus number 2 plus space again, then plus number 3. And let's see, Control Shift F, and then save and try to run this program again. They enter 3 numbers. Let's say I start with 1 3 7. Sorry, 1 3 2. You see, sorted numbers are 1 2 3. So it's trying to sort our numbers. So if I add like a fourth number, then I have to do the same thing what I did here. So this is a bit tricky, but it just, if you understand, it's very simple. You just take use this tempo to switch the number, and this is just like your friend standing beside you. I mean, you have someone you're giving the number, and you have your friend beside you. So you give the friend, if you have the number you're holding is bigger than the number your friend is holding. So the way you switch it, you give that number to another friend who is sitting beside, and then you pick the number from your other friend, and the other friend, this other friend who is like tempo, will give the number that you're holding back to your friend. So it's very simple, but it's very tricky. Thank you guys, and remember, subscribe.